Okay, it is the first weekend in October, and we're going to take a look at the garden right now. So we are still having everything produce. Pretty much nothing's really shut down that much. Still have squash, still have a good amount of squash, and the growth is still crazy. Everything else is still producing. It is definitely slowing down for the most part, but just because of the temperatures, but still going. So start with our tomatillos. I picked another week's worth yesterday, and they was pretty close to the same amount, probably a couple pounds or so. It's definitely slowing down, but it's still there. I don't see very many new flowers on it. Well, I guess I'm not looking that closely. There are a bunch of new flowers. Yeah, they just don't look like the normal flowers I'm used to. So, yeah, it's still producing, and that's fine. It's good. The Romas are still not doing good. This guy here looks pretty toast. I might just take him out. He's just doing very poor, and the rest of them are doing. They have some nice. The newer fruit's healthy. You know, that looks nice there. But I just noticed there's a little brown spot there. This one's getting some blossom end rot right there on the end. So that one, yeah, that's blossom end rot, because it starts on the blossom end and it goes back, and basically that makes it unusable. I can't remember exactly what causes that, but it's something that we have issues with sometimes, but usually not until late in the season. Same thing here, we're getting some blight and some other stuff, and you know, as the things get wetter and colder, things just don't perform quite as well. So anyway, we'll start to take some of these back. I was looking at this volunteer thing here, and it looks like the stem's kind of broken here, but this is like one plant. It's amazing. That's one marigold plant. It's just incredible. I have no idea why it grew so productively there. Anyway, so if we look inside the garden, we have our other huge marigolds plantings and some more peppers and squash and stuff. But I just like to look at the garden from different views to kind of see what's going on. Our red okra, we've got some of those still growing. Once again, these were not planted until quite a ways after the other green okra there, the normal one, but we're still doing fine. And here's our beans. Our bean back row here. We're getting lots of green beans. I just picked some yesterday. I swear I must have missed these. And there is our beautiful birdhouse gourd. Looking forward to that. That's fantastic. Only got one, but that is all I need. Just to test it out and see how it goes. We'll definitely be planting some more of that next year, I think. So yes, lots of green beans in there. Still, once again, hard to get in there to get the stuff and whatnot. But and also we started to be a little more careful now that we're learning, and try to not pick these guys. These first, if they're smaller, they look like green beans. They don't feel like it. These are the scarlet runner beans, and we can see one right here. Perfect. But they have the little red stuff, but they're more like a dried bean that you eat that way. So sometimes we were picking them, and then with the green beans, because they're about the same size, and then that kind of you can't really eat them as well that way. So you're gonna let them get big, and as you can see, they get big and huge, and so then they'll fill out and have lots of beans. So our 4 little bean sprouts here are doing fantastic, producing lots of stuff, and you can see that once again the mixing. Here's the purple the hyacinth, I think moon shadow, moonbeam, something like that. Those guys getting fat too, getting those beans in there for next year. And here's our little Asian red with its little different shape. We're starting to fatten up a little bit too, so it's nice. It's just really nice to see that. Still can't believe this whole 3 feet down, nothing but vine part. It looks completely barren if I just took a picture from there until we come up to here. It's just so weird. But I can see now actually that they're starting to lose their leaves here too. I wonder if they just do that, if as they go up they just lose their old leaves, and that's it. So anyway, we'll see, but they are still doing good. So we're going to have some lots of bean seeds for the future and for next year, and to share with people. So anyway, there's our beans. And then these guys are doing much better. Wow, look at that. A nice big healthy tomato, which is unfortunately growing in the fence there. Push that out. Oh, man, sometimes they'll do that. Grow right into the fence and then kind of be surgically removed. So they still have some of the blight looking stuff, but they're producing some good, healthy fruit. That's good. Here's our yellow pear. Still very, very productive. So now, just to remind you, that plant, the base is over there. So it has grown up this, say, 5 feet, and then over probably about another 5 feet or so. So this tip right here is about 10 feet away from the base. So very good, productive vining tomato. So definitely like that one. Definitely going to plant some more next year. Give it some more room and some more height to climb up, or a different trellis type system or somewhere, but definitely very productive, very nice. Let's see if I haven't been keeping up on it, and basically it's still been growing and then hanging down, which then creates this overhanging wall. So anyway, I did a pretty good job keeping the Juliets under control. I kind of let those guys go a bit since they were at the end, but anyway, the vining tomatoes have been doing good, and they produce lots of tomatoes at the end of the season and keep going when the aromas stop sometimes. So it's good, and they're still have flowers, meaning we'll still have more tomatoes growing. So that's very cool. Asparagus is starting to look like most of it wants to go to sleep for the winter. Got to get in there and probably, like, definitely the golden ones, get rid of those, and then just kind of probably pull some of these, or cut some of the others off so we can put it to sleep. So this entire all the leaves you see from here all the way over to about there, all the way back to there, that's all one plant, I think two seeds I used to produce this incredible monstrosity, the Gold Rush zucchini. Just incredible. So you can see a lot of the leaves are starting to look really crappy, and then a lot of the other ones are looking like the mildewy stuff. That's what happens a lot of times with a big squash, especially once it gets rainy and cooler. It doesn't evaporate and starts to form mold and mildew stuff, but it's still producing flowers, still producing squash. So we've got a bunch of the little squash. You can see them forming right down there. Once again, that's why I love the yellow ones. You can see them easy. There's 2 of them that are good size, a couple more there. So still going, yep, there's a couple more over there. So yeah, from here all the way over there, over there. Like I said, I think before, if I could take this thing, I could put it in the middle of this, and it could fill up this entire 4x8 box, no problem. Just amazing. So, and we have some eggplant here, which hasn't had much of a chance to be very productive thanks to the squashes being so dominant, but and we still have some more zucchini. There's the regular green zucchini. There's one there. I saw a couple from that side, and it's still going pretty strong too. The yellow straight neck is not done very well at all. I might just remove that altogether. And our little patty pan sunburst is still producing. Well, there's a few flowers here, a few little female fruits forming, so we might get a few more from them. So yeah, still cannot believe this. October 1st, still getting squash. I know I probably say that every week, but it's just amazing after, fighting and losing all those other times. So here's our peppers. I don't recall which ones are which here, but we've got some that are here, this kind, and this kind. I think one of them's Carbonell, or Carmen, one of them's Cubanelle. I know that these ones are the Cajun Belle. They're looking like, well, okay, starting to get some color, which is good. What we got here, we have our, this is our eggplants, our little green eggplants. So, looking cool there. We'll get some sun out now. Our basil's still going. Love that. Okra is really having a hard time with all these aphids. You can see them there all over the place. Just, hey, and you can see right there, our favorite thing to see in the garden. Hey, that is a, see if you can see them right there, orange and black. That is a ladybug larva, or whatever you want to call them, pupa, something, I can't remember. But basically that was hatched from ladybug egg, and they're going to go, and I believe they can eat like hundreds of those little aphids a day, which is fantastic, especially for them to be right there on top of that bulb or the flower. That way they can eat all those things they can handle. Here's something else growing here. That is a bee. See it right there. Oh, it flew away. That was weird. That bee looked really odd. Huh. Anyway, never know what you're going to find in the garden. So anyway, yes, we did grab a few banana peppers, or one over there the other day. They've just been completely swallowed up by this massive marigold, and they have not. They didn't taste very good actually. When I ate the banana pepper, it was just really plain. So I think any of the ones I get from the future, I am going to take and pickle them, just to give them a little more flavor, because I ate it raw and it just seemed really lame. So definitely learned something this year, is that there's way too much stuff going on, especially with these beans hanging over, because trying to pick these beans with this giant flowers, pushing back, it's been really difficult to do that. So I'm definitely going to have to make a little adjustments next year with the not letting the stuff grow on this side as much, or provide access or something different. So as always, it's a great learning experience each year in the garden, with new plants and new crops, and unfortunately new pests, but even just new logistical challenges I didn't think of, like beans being so productive. Here we have some beautiful chocolate bells. We'll have to see how they turn out, if they're going to make it, or maybe we'll just eat them green, I don't know. Here's our little sweet cherry peppers. Poblanos, look at those, fantastic. There's another red one. I harvested a bunch last week because they were getting red. Looks like there's another one there, it's getting close, but really excited about those. I got a bunch of those mariachis, which is only one left now. They're supposed to be a sweet, or like what I call a not hot at all pepper. Basically, like these poblanos, they have a very, very, technically they're hot pepper, but you wouldn't really, it's very subtle. That's where the mariachis are supposed to be, but when you eat those, they're very spicy. They start off like a sweet pepper at the end. If you bite the end, it tastes like a red bell pepper, and then it's sweet, and then eventually, as you keep getting closer to the membranes and the seeds, it becomes very, very hot. So it's very weird, because there's no hot peppers in this part of the garden, so I don't know. And then there's another one of our Big Jim chilies lying on the ground right there. And so yeah, we're still producing. And then here's our spring garden with our massively overgrown onions and such. Still have some more basil, some beets, carrots, all that stuff. So some of the stuff's looking a bit ragged, but most of the things are still going strong. Oh, we see over here that we've got here's a bunch of new green or peppers here. These are the Big Jims. It looks like we're getting some aphids on them from these dang okra plants. Anyway, so we'll have to see how things go. And here's our this might be our, well, no, I was going to say there's some new ones here. These are our mariachi. So we still have a bunch of stuff going on, even though it's the beginning of October. We'll just have to see what's going to happen and keep taking things one week at a time. Thanks for watching.